The college volleyball season continues this afternoon in Chapel Hill as North Carolina welcomes Oral Roberts to Carmichael. The Tar Heels aim to close the weekend with a win, while the Golden Eagles look to make their mark in a tough road matchup. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our broadcast position here today. She's Amanda Poole. I'm Mike Guerriere. Happy that you're joining us here this afternoon. Now, Amanda, this North Carolina team did in fact win on Friday. They lost one set to Bucknell, but those expectations for them from last year continue to rise. But this ACC components are really tough.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously there's postseason goals, right? But you don't get there when you overlook the game in front of you. Head coach Mike Shaw telling us that they want to focus on the everyday. And when it comes to the ACC, you got to take it one game at a time. Preseason 5th, North Carolina in this poll, and 5 of these ACC teams are in the top 25 nationally to start the season. A couple of them receiving votes as well, like the Tar Heels.
And you mentioned that Georgia Tech ranked 23rd. North Carolina now ranked 26th in the national rankings. Obviously, UNC picked in front of Georgia Tech. But this UNC offense, it is led by Sophie Hampton. She's a force to be reckoned with, and boy, can she pack a punch.
Yeah, the junior outside is lethal. The ACC preseason selection, obviously living up to the hype, leading in kills and total attacks for the first 3 matches of the season. 16 on Friday to lead the Tar Heels. She is getting an opportunity in the spotlight and is comfortable with it.
Certainly enjoys the lights when they come on, but we look at Oral Roberts. Baptiste has been a crucial part throughout her entire career for Oral Roberts. It's why they've been able to find some success. She's a huge part for this Oral Roberts squad. Yeah,
the senior 6'1" middle, Natasha Baptiste, she is the thing that makes this team go, right? She's a constant, a returner, a senior ready to show out in her final season.
So we are just about ready to go here for the first set in Carmichael. Here's a big swing opportunity, and the first point will go to North Carolina.
Oral Roberts struggling with a few errors against Bucknell in that 3-1 loss. Something they're going to work on here to keep that ball on the other side of the net.
This is a tough gym to get comfortable in. Some Tar Heel fans out in attendance today. A great play there by Barrett. North Carolina just gets it over. Free ball for North Carolina. Thorpe, as this rally continues here. And it comes to an end with a block from Thorpe. Super animated player.
Great job by Oral Roberts to work around that. You've got a freshman there on that outside. Hayden Hart able to bounce it off of Thorpe for the point.
And looking at that Bucknell game, the outside hitters for this North Carolina squad have been phenomenal. And there is Sophie Hampton. We mentioned her in the open. Has yet to get going here early on today. Now tied up 1 apiece. Hampton with some touch, and she'll get it over.
Sophie Hampton, just the experience shows, right? Being able to disguise that big swing and change it into a tip and throws off the Oral Roberts defense. You love to see that. Just so much body control midair.
A phenomenal athlete, uses her length and size to her advantage. It's often tough to be able to judge the angle of which that ball is going to be played. Great serve put over. Here's a big swing attempt. That one's down. And Oral Roberts ties things up. North Carolina has been led the last 3 seasons by that man right there. Head coach Mike Shaw led North Carolina to a 2nd round appearance, and the expectations are high. They attacked the portal this season, and this team is looking to try to build upon that success in 2024. They want to get to that big stage in 2025.
Right, and you have 7 players graduating from that squad last year, so we brought in some big transfers, 5 transfers to make immediate impacts on this Tar Heels team, and he's already seeing them come together so early on in the season.
23 wins last year for the Tar Heels, now 3-0 here in 2025. Some touch, Bollinger unable to get there, and Oral Roberts battling tough here in this first set.
North Carolina puts up such a big block that the Golden Eagles are going to have to be creative just like that to be able to find kills in maybe unusual ways and creative ways against this North Carolina defense.
Bollinger gives it up in the middle for Smith. No touch there, so North Carolina will get the point.
It's interesting, North Carolina obviously undefeated to start this season, but in each match they've played, they've dropped one set. So you wonder if they can come out here and really set the tone, something they haven't been able to do in these first couple of games is got a sweep.
Prior to that Bucknell matchup, early in this 2025 season, North Carolina has yet, prior to that game, to win a first set. They did win that first one against Bucknell as they now go up 5-3. They lead. Hampton now gets an opportunity to serve. So they will go to review. In regards to that point, Coach believes that there was a touch.
I think he was listening to his players on the court as well. They were telling him, hey, Coach, we saw it, saw something, so they'll take another look.
Players voicing their opinions. We saw it on Friday as they will look it over, and we get a look here.
You're trying to see if that ball changes directions or if those fingers bend back, and I'm seeing a couple fingertips maybe in there on UNC side.
Yeah, right on that right hand of who I believe is Haley Pierce. You can start to see some of those fingers go back, and then the direction of the ball changes and starts to go on that downward path. A smart challenge there from Oral Roberts. They'll continue to discuss. It's a great opportunity for these players to get some rest, talk things over.
Yeah, and a great start for Oral Roberts. You know, they haven't let North Carolina go on a dramatic run here on their home court, right? The Golden Eagles coming in here battling, and that's what Coach Albright told us. He said, this is a team that's it's not going to be pretty when we win. It's going to be ugly, it's going to be scrappy, but that's the way they have to do it this year.
Talking with Coach Albright just in regards to what it was like being in his first season, and just a man guided by faith and trying to will his players into each and every single practice. They've bought in. They're ready to feast with what he has on the table for them this season.
And you know, you look at their record, right? 0-4, 0-3 to start the season when they were in Utah for that little invitational there. And Coach said, you know, obviously success not in the records and in the win column, but we're pulling so much away from these matches. We're learning so much about our team, and that's why you do schedule tough, right? You go up against the best to see where you stand and how you can adjust. And he says he's pulling a lot of positives away and finding some bright spots, especially with new faces. What
better way to get your team prepared than facing some of the best of the best? And North Carolina is certainly one of the best in the ACC. As we grab another look, a little bit more zoomed in, and you can see that hand flex. The direction of the ball changes, and it looks like we are going to get our official call. So the challenge is not successful from the evidence that we saw. It did appear that there was a bit of a finger flex, but the officiating crew deems otherwise. So here's Hampton to serve. Serves it to Hart. Here's a big swing for Oral Roberts. Now for Pierce. Carr gives it up for Hickman. Now Pierce will just get it over. And Oral Roberts with a great effort here. May. Carolina leads 5-3. Back set for Smith. And it's good.
A great cut by Lainey Smith there to finish that rally, being able to get it out of reach of the Oral Roberts defenders, who are doing a great job on their side of the net to keep that ball going.
Hampton to serve once more. Interesting pass Great block there by Smith, just able to get her hand over. And North Carolina with 7.
This is why coaches prioritize that first contact so much. If you have a better pass, you get a better set, and your hitter's not in that tight spot.
Hampton. A service error for Sophie Hampton.
It's called out, but Maddie May over there for UNC is saying, I saw that land in. And they're going to review it.
Here's another look. And that one looks like it's going to be reversed.
So hard with those floaters, right? They just move right in the air like that, and that one just dropping in.
Hampton's expansive skill set is really what sets her apart from the bunch in regards to a lot of these players in college volleyball. It's the size and length that she provides is just reasons why that ball is able to drop so beautifully on that line. Here's another great look.
Yeah, it just drops down and in clearly. This one, obviously enough evidence to overturn the call.
So the call is overturned. Great eyes there from Maddie May. Hampton will serve once more. Carolina starting to pull away now on a 5-0 run. Here's the back set for Hickman. And Shutter is there to meet her. Shutter one more time on the block. She had a great game on Friday and now starts here on Sunday, rightfully so.
Just great reading, great tracking. You get why she gets the start today, right? Up and over. Just her length, being able to shut down big plays like that.
Here's a big swing opportunity for Doobie. She is denied. And a miscue right in the middle of the court from Oral Roberts. North Carolina now up 7.
You know, Coach Shaw for North Carolina telling us he has 5 middles and all of them are capable of playing, but they all bring a different skill set. And obviously Shutter showing off her blocking capabilities today, just with a wall at the net.
And I'll tell you what, we talked about it. That's a great problem to have on your side, to be able to have that depth and type of talent to be able to perform at that high level. When one player goes down, to be able to have that next player step up, it's a truly impressive thing to have on your side.
Yeah, and Coach said, you know, they're competing their butts off all week just to get time on the court and prove themselves. And that's a great mindset to have during practice because you're competing extremely hard, nonstop. You're not taking plays off.
And he harped on the family aspect of it as well, as every single one of these players is there to support you, no matter if you're starting in front of the next. So everybody has that same mindset. They want to win, and whoever is out there has that mindset. They're ready to go. 10-5, North Carolina in the driver's seat. Back set, Smith, you bet.
Lainey Smith picks up her second kill of the day, and thanks to a great pass by Maddie May. That's how you start off, right? That's how you side out, is have that first contact, great set. Smith able to have an easy job to get that one down.
And a big time ace comes in for North Carolina.
Just one ace on Friday against Bucknell, and now North Carolina picks up 2 quick ones. It's something they did at such a high clip last year. Second in the ACC, service aces per set.
And you're absolutely right. In the Coastal Carolina game, it took till the 3rd set at the 8th point between both sides for there to be the first ace. Carolina won that match 3-1. Great rally here as Oral Roberts is able to get a great value dig. This one placed down by Taylor right in the middle, beautifully on the deck.
We talk about this rotation of middles, right? But Jackie Taylor is a constant. She's a given with this team, and that's why, because she's able to get that timing down with her setter and able to have a swing and good placement too to get that kill.
Hickman not able to corral it. North Carolina has really continued to pull away throughout this first set.
The biggest thing is efficiency, right? The Tar Heels, 0 errors right now. Oral Roberts struggling with 7 attacking errors.
This is a team that did play yesterday, so they are working on some short rest. Fell to Bucknell, who pieced together an incredible Friday performance. Haley Pierce, welcome to this Sunday.
The Virginia Tech transfer putting the hammer down, finding that seam in the block. North Carolina up by 10.
Back here in Carmichael in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where the Tar Heels lead Oral Roberts by 10. This Oral Roberts team battling so far here with North Carolina. It was a back and forth affair within the first points of this first set, but North Carolina took a 7-0 scoring run, now a 5-0 scoring run, and have kind of shifted the momentum on their side. But Oral Roberts heading into this game, they stressed so many different things in practice, but here today it's crucial that they stress the importance of first contact. Coach Albright talked about that with us in our recent coaches call. As Oral Roberts ends the run for North Carolina as they get their 6th point.
And there it is, a great pass to be able to set up Doobie right there on the outside, and a nice swing tooled off the hands of North Carolina blockers. That's going to have to be the way they get kills right now because North Carolina has that size advantage.
Here's the back set for Smith. And he's able to push it through the block. North Carolina up 10. There's some changes coming in for North Carolina. We'll see a lot of those with the depth of this team. 5 transfers. 3 freshmen round things out. May not able to get it.
Yeah, we talked about the depth of this team and being able to play all 17 of your players on Friday for North Carolina. That's just a great way for Coach Shaw to be able to get an understanding of who he wants in that starting lineup, which has stayed the same in these first 4 matches besides the middles. That's been the thing he's been really versatile on.
Carolina out of position for a moment, but they're able to get the free ball over. Free ball for Oral Roberts. May puts it up. Barron sets up Taylor. North Carolina now back up 10 again.
A great job by Taylor. That's just decent hang time, right? You know, Baptiste up there at the right time, had the right read on that, but Jackie Taylor's got her in the hang time.
ACC all-rookie team. Last year, now a sophomore, already ushering herself into a bigger role. Bollinger serves it up for Johnson. Here comes Zylstra, who puts it down for Oral Roberts.
Her first kill of the game. They haven't been able to get her involved as much as they'd like to for Zylstra, but here's a quick back row attack. A nice set by Resta, not too high, allows Oral Roberts to get a decent attack off without those North Carolina blockers setting up.
Susie Zilstride, 8 kills versus Bucknell. 21 now this season. Played at the top division level in the second highest league in the Netherlands. So she has some national playing experience and brings that here to North Carolina.
I know she won her first Dutch national title when she was 11 years old. I was like, what was I doing when I was 11? Not win a national title.
Picking my nose or something, you know, picking flowers.
She has been playing elite competition at elite levels for a long time. Started playing when she was just 7 years old.
An elite competitor on the side of the Golden Eagles. Thorpe with a big swing.
Holy cow, that's the power she can bring and the pop she can bring to this team. We talk about those feisty middles, right? Having that depth in the middles and those big power plays. But Chelsea Thorpe brings in the power from the right side, and you love to see that when you have a great setter connection.
Thorpe a part of that trio of Hampton and Pierce, who played exceptional on Friday. And another block for North Carolina.
Great track, great movement. Look at this sink in the North Carolina blockers there, especially Lauren Shutter just following step up and closing down on that block, earning her start today.
Timeout taken by the Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts as they will discuss their game plan moving forward in this matchup. It's a long road home for this Oral Roberts team that doesn't play in their home stadium until September 23rd. So they have a lot of time on the road, battling with some tough opponents as they continue to talk things over in game plan. Picked 9th in the Summit League preseason poll, have their key returner in Baptiste, who has started off pretty slow today, but she's a player that needs to get going if Oral Roberts
you know, picked last in your conference. You have a chip on your shoulder, right? You want to prove some people wrong. You have a first-year head coach and Nolan Albright who wants to come in here and build culture, and they have 9 newcomers, right? 6 freshmen, 3 transfers that you want to use to try to pick up some wins, try to find your identity. And I think that's what you learn on the road like this. And they're going to have to continue to go through this gauntlet for the next several games. But you learn a lot, you grow together. I think right now, even down in this first set, you've got to be learning some positives and some takeaways from this road trip.
Still so early on in the season, every single team in college volleyball trying to figure out their MO and their reason to exist in 2025. North Carolina to serve. Sienna Kaza, freshman, who has the service error too strong.
Mackenzie Murphy re-entering the game for Oral Roberts. At least Doobie re-entering the game for Oral Roberts. Mackenzie Murphy now serving.
Doobie checks back in for Oral Roberts. Here's Murphy to serve. Over to May. Here's the setup in the middle, and it is blocked.
Jenna Salyer coming out here doing a one-on-one situation up against a powerhouse in Lainey Smith and shutting her down. She had 2 blocks yesterday, picks up her first one today.
Hampton is able to just get that one over. Quick reflexes. Here's North Carolina on the block. Big swing attempt for Oral Roberts. Here comes Hampton. And no doubt about it, 21 for North Carolina.
This North Carolina team looks like it has been playing together for a very long time. You see setters out. Maddie May takes that second touch. A great bump set for that outside. Hampton comes down with the hammer.
Carr gives a tough ball for Hickman. Carr is able to dig it out. Hickman once again gets blocked by Shutter. And we've seen them meet at the net multiple times. Shutter getting the best of Oral Roberts.
4 blocks from Lauren Shutter today. 3 blocks from Lainey Smith. The middles are having a day for North Carolina.
Curtis to Doobie. Big swing, blocked again.
Haley Pierce was like, enough about the middles, Amanda. Here's what we can do on the pins as well. Haley Pierce tracking this one, closing down on the edge of the tape right there for the big block.
Curtis lands a nice serve. Here's the back set, and that one drops for Oral Roberts.
Elise Doobie now leading this team with 5 kills for Oral Roberts. She's been trying to get creative around those big high hands from North Carolina.
Carolina will just have to get it over. Baptiste, as Curtis almost goes exit stage left. Here's a big swing, blocked by Shutter again. Set point, North Carolina.
That one actually
It goes to Oral Roberts.
Yep. A big block there, but the thing that's so important is making sure that your arms are pushed down and directed in the right way so you don't get tooled.
And the service error will give the set point for North Carolina. A decent showing here today for North Carolina. May with a nice serve. Here's a back set for Oral Roberts, but that'll do it for the first set. North Carolina captures it with ease as we step aside. Second set on the other side of this break.
It's time to make some noise. It's time for the Tar Heel T-shirt toss.
Some screaming fans out here in Carmichael as North Carolina took the first set. They got the best of Oral Roberts, multiple scoring runs to catapult themselves into that victory. We are just about ready to head into that second set as both sides get ready to get out there. But some national headlines. Talked about the Vanderbilt game on Friday. What a cool experience for those fans in attendance.
Yeah, to be outside for a volleyball game is just so cool. I mean, we've seen this sport grow so much. You talk about Nebraska last year competing in a football stadium. You just love to see the excitement around this sport grow.
It's starting to build. It's starting to become a mainstay in college sports as TCU upset Penn State. That was a huge win, their first top 10 win since 2016. As that really kind of shapes up our national headlines. Nebraska with the reverse sweep of Kentucky as well. That Broadway block party was fun to watch.
Yeah, just you really like to see the parity right now in this sport as well. It can be anybody's day, and I think that's something that North Carolina is really focused on too. They see the polls, right? They see the rankings, but how can we, be that challenger and motivate to kind of capitalize on that underdog mentality here and there?
Well, they're looking for a marquee win this season as they try to boost themselves within the top 25 and make a run in the tournament this year. It's still early as their sights are set on just finding some success and getting their footing here early this season.
And you gotta like what you see with your coach Shaw, right? 0 attacking errors in that first set, just 1 service error, but it's just interesting to see that Coach Shaw was telling us, you didn't really drill into their heads, hey, no errors, we want to play clean volleyball. It just kind of happened. They just wanted to just enjoy the game and be deeply committed to that first contact, to that second contact, and shutting teams down on defense. And 6 blocks will do that in set 1. See if Oral Roberts can be creative on offense to work around that block.
Came out flat in the first set. We'll see what they have in store here as it's a service error to start things off, and North Carolina goes up 1. Taylor with the service error. Back-to-back service errors to get things going in the second set. Here's Julia Carr to serve, the transfer from Carroll College. Made a name for herself in the national spotlight. Shutter and Thorpe on the block. Here's a big swing, blocked again by North Carolina. Golden Eagles will get it over. Barron sets up Shutter right down the middle.
A beautiful tempo set to your middle right here. Barron and Shutter on the same page for the jam.
Shutter putting together a fantastic day so far, as more and more pieces of this North Carolina team continues to get involved. The back set placed over, not enough, as North Carolina now up 2 to bring up Sienna Kaza to serve.
Right idea by the Golden Eagles, trying to find some open court on the other side of the net.
Some early service errors here from North Carolina bring the Golden Eagles back within 1.
Entering the game for Oral Roberts. Carla Helmy, no service.
Pierce runs into Kaza. They're able to get it over. Placed in the middle as Smith is able to dig it out. The makings of a great rally here. They set up Smith, and she gets blocked.
Hayden Hart with just the second block from Oral Roberts this afternoon, and a good one there, shutting down that play, tying this game up early.
Helmy to serve. Kaza's able to get it there. Malone gets it down, the freshman outside hitter from Highlands, Colorado.
Bridget Malone coming in here and saying, hey, coach, this is what I can do when I get on the court. A great cut, great placement. That's a great libero on the other side of that court, so to get it past her is a big deal.
They'll set things up in the middle. And Oral Roberts cashes in, and we're tied at 4.
And waiting to see this Golden Eagles team get their middles involved. Gives you a little faster paced offense, but you have to have that good serve receive to be able to get your middles involved. A nice quick tempo set for the kill. See if they can do that more often.
Mackenzie Murphy serves it to Pierce. Kaza in the middle for Shutter once again. Will not be denied is Lauren Shutter here today.
She put up 6 blocks, and then she was like, hey, I want a couple kills as well. She's got 2 now as that center-middle connection is thriving.
North Carolina is fired up right now. Back set. Salyer can't get it there. Pierce pushes it over. Here's a chance for Doobie. What a great play from Bollinger, the sophomore.
You love a bump kill, right? You don't expect it to land, but all of a sudden, just a great effort there too for her to get her body going forward before her knees, just laying it out for the ball, gets a kill to go with it.
Huge effort. We almost see the same thing from Oral Roberts. Off the head of Smith. Kaza is there, and May will get it over. She had no idea that ball came off her head.
Lainey Smith, her reaction, her teammates' reactions, this was insane. The power from Hickman. Hey, you're in your defensive position. That's what you get for being disciplined, right? A dig when you didn't even try. I've never seen that.
The off speed gets it over the block, but North Carolina is there. That one too strong from Smith.
Another look at this. This is her giggling at herself. She's like, oh yeah, popped right off my head. They're like, you good, girl?
Just how they wrote it up.
Right, exactly.
Oral Roberts back within 2. Salyer serves to Pierce. Kaza, back set, off speed. And Murphy can't get there. Another one for North Carolina.
I like what I'm seeing from this freshman setter in Sienna Kaza. She's been able to be quick with her movement. She's gotten a lot of reps in the past couple of games. Just on Friday, played in all 3 sets, had 16 assists, a couple digs in there as well. This is great time for her to be able to solidify herself, maybe in this lineup or to come in as a relief.
A big swing from Oral Roberts. Barrett sets up Pierce, placed beautifully once again in the middle of the deck.
Pierce now with a couple of kills. Not just a great read on Pierce, being able to adjust when she sees that block is pushing to the left. She goes right, finds that open court for the crush.
Baptiste just gets it over. Bork will do the same. Pierce comes up.
Maddie May somehow, though, getting that ball up. A great dig from the libero, one of the captains on this North Carolina team. She likes to have that first contact, and then they also have their setter, Barrett, who is the second captain on this team. So when you have both your captains that are having that first and second touch, those are great vocal leaders to have on the court all the time.
To have that kind of veteran leadership as well coming from the senior, especially when you have a lot of those young faces out there with the type of opponents that they're gonna play. That type of experience is gonna be crucial for those youngsters.
Rachel Resta and Sophie Johnson re-entering the game for Oral Roberts. Sophie Johnson now serving.
Johnson with the service error.
Well, Roberts struggling to find that balance between their aggressive serves, but also keeping the momentum going in their direction. When you pick up those errors, it's hard to build up a run and build up a couple points when North Carolina sides out, not even trying.
Pierce Serves it to Murphy. Carr, the D2 transfer. And it's too strong there from Doobie. Pierce to Murphy once more. Resta over for Doobie. North Carolina once again cashes in.
Doobie just with such a high contact on that ball, it soars out, unable to follow through and close that down. Pierce continues his serving run.
The defense has been fierce for North Carolina today as Pierce comes up with a service error. And Oral Roberts gets another opportunity.
Yeah, Coach Shaw talking to us about, what he's learned in the couple of games they have played, and he said the biggest thing that I want us to improve on is defensively being relentless, and that's going after every single ball, going all out for everything, whether that is serve receive or digging up balls or even the second contact after you dig up a ball. You can see that is the emphasis today.
A big time back send from Barant sets up a beauty for Taylor. She knocks it down.
Great job by Maddie May to get that. Barant, a quick set, beautiful timing and connection on that jam. A great swing by Jackie Taylor.
Right through the block to get the point for North Carolina. Hart grabs one for Oral Roberts. Much needed point there for the Golden Eagles.
They're going to want to lean on her to be able to battle back in this set. She can be a cleanup hitter for them in system and out.
Double-digit kills for her in her last three, 10, 13, and 14 versus Bucknell. Here's an opportunity blocked by Thorpe. And her signature celebration rounds it off for North Carolina. 15-8, North Carolina leads. We step aside for a quick moment.
Your Heels want to see you back here at Carmichael, so please don't drink and serve. If you've had any alcohol as a part of your game day experience, please consider alternate transportation to your way home from today's game. The University of North Carolina thanks you.
Well, the block today for North Carolina has been dominant. And Amanda, it's been really special to watch.
And it hasn't even been one-on-one situations. It's the sync of these two blockers putting up a wall each time. All of these blocks counting up to block assists right now. And obviously North Carolina is doing a nice job of communicating, reading, and being able to move quickly and just being agile there at the net.
We saw North Carolina make the adjustment today, adding Lauren Shutter to the starting lineup after really causing most of those blocks versus Bucknell on Friday. She comes in today, and her and Thorpe are a brick wall that is very tough to penetrate. Set up in the middle, not where Zylstra would have wanted it. Carr's able to dig it out. May with a great play as well. And The point will go to Oral Roberts.
Yeah, and that rule change we saw in the NCAA when it comes to that double touch or two touch, it doesn't matter if you're setting up your own teammate, but when you send it over, that's when you get the call. It's a new rule as of 2024 and 2025 to make the game a little bit more exciting or fast-paced, just like how when they switched it to 25-point sets. And it's working. The sport is growing.
Without a doubt.
More eyes.
Without a doubt. It really has, and it's been special to watch from our perspectives as announcers to see this game grow and be put on a pedestal that it rightfully deserves. Bollinger serves it over, big swing, and it does not get down for Oral Roberts. Hickman too strong.
See, North Carolina doesn't even get the block then, but the block is what allowed for that error because they're putting up that wall and closing out a certain section of that net for Hope Hickman. So Hickman's trying to cut it, but it goes out. So even when the block isn't blocking necessarily, it's still doing its thing.
Coach Albright will talk things over as he takes a timeout. It's a super young team for Oral Roberts. Just 10 underclassmen on their team, just trying to navigate what this season looks like. Julia Carr has been a big piece for them coming from the Division II level. The only player in the nation to average 7 digs per set.
Yeah, and she's been able to take her talents from, you know, one division to the next and being able to see going up against a higher caliber athlete in D1 play and seeing no drop off there just goes to show her preparedness, her prep, her ability to continue to improve no matter, you know, how many years she's been playing volleyball.
Now the expectations this year for North Carolina, as we mentioned in the open, they're at a sky high expectation. 2024 record 23-8, most wins since 2016 when they won the ACC in a whole. Reached the second round, fell to Penn State, but there's still a lot to look at and build upon in this 2025 season.
Yeah, Coach Shaw saying, yeah, to be honest, obviously you make it to the second round. Your next goal is going to be to make it past the second round in the next year. But he's like, but first we got to get into the tournament, right? First you got to have that record. And it doesn't get easy, as we showed that ACC preseason poll, the top 25 preseason. It doesn't get any easier with this schedule for North Carolina. So, you know, that's why it makes sense that Coach Shaw says, we're just going to focus on the everyday, take one day at a time. I know it's coaches speak, but it's so relevant in this conference.
And that one goes into the scorers table. A point for Oral Roberts. Now Hart to serve. The back set for Smith is down.
Bollinger with a great pass to be able to set up that offensive play and just send it on over. I mean, that one coming close to the attack line there. Just her vertical is insane.
Plays it beautifully down the line. A back set for Oral Roberts. It's met by the block of North Carolina. Carr will send up Doobie. Kaza to Pierce. Carr gets it down. And a double touch gives North Carolina the point. 19-10, they lead.
Big swing right through the block. A good save by Oral Roberts. Just can't get that one back over. Credit to both of these teams' defenses for extending these rallies with some elite defensive play, staying disciplined in your base position.
Plays it into the middle. Kaza comes over with a full head of steam. Smith once again.
Oral Roberts struggling to get all the way out to that pin to shut down that block, and Smith is taking advantage of seeing that opening right there at the edge, going for that line drive.
6 kills for Lainey Smith, 3 for Jackie Taylor, only 2 for Sophie Hampton. Pierce not able to get there. Sophie Hampton getting some rightful rest in this second set. As this North Carolina team has continued to experiment with different systems and try to find the best lineup to roll out there. And things get tough come conference play. Kaza is able to keep it alive. Smith just gets it over. And another point for North Carolina, 21-11.
Lainey Smith doing a great job of just reading Oral Roberts' defense. And I don't know how she's able to do that simultaneously with getting the ball over the net, but just seeing that open court, pushing it, whether that's a hard hit attack or being able to find her spots in that deep corner.
Barrett serves it over for Doobie. Here's a big swing attempt right at Barrett, and it's down for Oral Roberts.
Great swing by Hope Hickman. We knew she has that power. It's just a matter of finding that opening through the North Carolina block. She's got 3 kills today.
Here's Sophie Johnson, the graduate student. Has been at 4 different schools throughout her college career. Ends things off here with Oral Roberts. Great dig from Hart. Gives Doobie an opportunity. Barrett will set up Thorpe. Too strong. And on the near side, it's knocked down for Oral Roberts.
Sophie Johnson most recently coming from South Dakota State, and they just, you know, she has that NCAA tournament experience. They won the league at South Dakota State, so Coach Albright saying he really wants to lean into that, lean into Sophie Johnson's experience, having come from competing at such a high level and bringing that into what he's trying to build at Oral Roberts.
Cadence Shea. Serves it over. Here's the back set for Baptiste. And it's off the hands of Shea. And another point there for Oral Roberts. They now have 14.
Natasha Baptiste coming over in transition, able to track that set, lay it down. Her first kill of the day, which credit to North Carolina for holding her to just that, because she is one of the power players for this Golden Eagles team.
Zylstra with the service error. So a lot of little mistakes here for Oral Roberts has been the big reason why they've been kind of held back throughout a lot of these sets. North Carolina able to take advantage of those. They've been able to spark some runs. Another service error back to back.
Julia Carr now serving.
Maddie May comes back in for North Carolina. Carr to serve. They set up Malone. As Carr is unable to corral it. And set point, North Carolina.
Last time Malone was out on Friday, she picked up a couple of kills. Today she's coming in making an immediate impact. I'm sure Coach Shaw likes to see his young guns get out there and make use of their time on the court.
Thorpe over to Malone. That'll do it. North Carolina wins the second set. They have an opportunity to take the match coming up. 25-15. UNC wins the second set.
to catch 5 servers in a volleyball basket. And they'll go home with a Carolina prize bag. Penny and Connor, are you ready? Your time starts now. Almost, let's keep going. Let's make some noise for our bags. Almost, keep going. There's 2.
There's a lot of anticipation building around this North Carolina team, and on Tuesday they have an opportunity to yield those expectations. They were picked 5th in the preseason poll. They have an opportunity to play against Florida. They're ranked 12th. It's a huge chance for them to pick up that marquee win, one they so desperately need.
And this is a Florida team that's used to trying to upset big ACC teams. They took Pitt to 5 sets and won that earlier this season. So North Carolina's going to have a quick turnaround on Tuesday.
It is certainly going to be a good one as we welcome you back here to Carmichael. Amanda Poole, I'm Mike Gary Air. This is an exciting match for North Carolina as they continue to work things out. We saw them experiment with different systems in that second set, but right now their sights are set on a sweep, and they are looking to do so here today.
Yeah, Coach Shaw was telling us he didn't like the way sometimes how they started out matches, but now here they are searching for their first sweep of the season, and it's been a very balanced attack and a very balanced defense as well, but Lainey Smith is leading the charge.
Lainey Smith has been a huge part of this UNC offense. It's their depth that has really spoken to their truth here today. And we take a look at some highlights of Lainey Smith. Her skill set is on full display.
And she's been efficient too, right? Hitting a .455 right now, 7 kills, team leading, even though it has been a balanced offense from everybody. But she's done a great job of being able to get in position, have a big, large attack, taking advantage of those late Oral Roberts blockers right there, finding those line hits and doing it in all different ways as well. We've seen a couple pushes, a couple tips, and then we've also seen defensively this Tar Heel team shine.
They shot out of a cannon defensively in this matchup against Oral Roberts. Only 7 blocks versus Bucknell. They already surpassed that total here today.
Yeah, 6 blocks in that first set, just a couple blocks in set 3. They've got 8 total, and they have been giving Oral Roberts a problem.
We look at the stats through the first 2 sets as North Carolina looks to get their first sweep of the season. 23 kills to Oral Roberts' 17. The hitting percentage really bounces off the page here.
Well, yeah, it's hard to hit around a wall, right? They got 6-2, 6-2, 6-1 just lining up at the net, and Golden Eagles haven't been able to find a way around that, and they have to get more creative. And it's also credit to UNC for having aggressive serves, having aggressive attacks, getting the Golden Eagles out of system.
So both sides trot back out there for the third set. Could be the final of the match. North Carolina fired up. Oral Roberts looking to piece together an incredible performance.
North Carolina just having so much fun. The teammates all just seem to really bond so well together, and that's something that Coach Shaw told us. He's like, I was really impressed with the way that even with the newcomers, everybody just gelled so quickly and early on, like they've been playing together for a long time. As a coach, you're just happy to see that connection start so quickly.
Great read there from North Carolina as they get the first point.
Just a tough set, poor timing there to set up that play. Just when you had the opportunity with the good first contact. One Oral Roberts wants to get back.
Pierce, serve it over to Zylstra. Back set in the middle, that one's down. Salyer.
Great job by Hemley to respond after having that poor time set just one rally ago, being able to find that connection with her middle for the quick tempo back set and a kill.
Malone. North Carolina tries to go right down Main Street, unable to. And Doobie gets it through the block of North Carolina. They're up 1 in Carmichael.
We're seeing Mackenzie Boyer come in for North Carolina. We talked about, them switching up the middles a lot. Boyer getting in here now after she started 2 matches earlier this season.
Malone, too strong on her attempt. That one out of play.
Malone picking up 3 pretty kills in that second set, and now she's trying to do the same. So North Carolina hopes to regroup here in set 3.
Serve goes to May, back to Thorpe, you bet. Oh, it's like poetry in motion when they set that up for her.
It's the way she loads up in her approach too, like you just know something powerful is gonna happen, and she does a great job of reading the block, finding those open lanes right on the outside of that block. Or Roberts just way too late for Thorpe's speed.
May with the service error, and to your point there, Amanda, she's the most animated player on the court, game in and game out. After every single kill, she's the first one that you see go to greet her teammate. So to have somebody on the court to be able to perform the way she does as a player, but also able to help other players reach their potential. North Carolina with another kill. Malone once again, the freshman having some success. Bobbitt gets it over for North Carolina. Doobie goes right at May. Pierce tries to go right down the middle. Clifford does the same. A great rally here from North Carolina. And Baptiste comes up for Oral Roberts. They're back up 2.
All right, well, this rally was sponsored by Julia Carr. All right, 3 straight digs to keep this rally alive, but it is Baptiste who caps it off with a nice, pretty little dig, wiping it off the hands of the middle.
Sponsored by Julia Carr. She's gonna love that one when she hears it later. This one brought over for Malone. Pierce back to the freshman. North Carolina just gets it over. Oral Roberts with new life here in this 3rd set. They're up 3.
That's just another example of how you have to get creative. Bring in that back row attack, because if you're getting shut down at the net from pin to pin, bring in your middle, bring in your back row, and Hayden Hart has the speed and power for that in the back.
Another big swing for Malone. She's met by Carr. They bring it near side, and that one gets down from Doobie.
Oral Roberts did a nice job of confusing North Carolina. They thought Hart was going to swing from the back row again, and Doobie comes in with the big arm.
North Carolina down and out in this 3rd set. They take a timeout. We step aside. We'll be back just shortly. Oral Roberts, they're up 7-3 in this third set. They've come out of the gate looking like a completely new team. North Carolina just looking to cap things off to get their first sweep of the season. What better way to do it than in front of your home fans? Here's a big swing in the middle, and she's met by Clifford.
Hayden Hart had success from the back row just a few rallies ago with a kill, but that time North Carolina making their adjustments after the timeout. Megan Clifford ready to shut down that play one-on-one.
We talked a lot about Lauren Shutter. Megan Clifford is a very similar player in her ability to block. Had an exceptional showing in their Coastal Carolina match, which they did win 3-1. Here's an opportunity for Doobie, and she cashes in for the Eagles.
A great read by Doobie there, just slicing through the middle of that double block. Doobie leading Oral Roberts with 9 kills.
Here's a chance for Pierce. Carr is able to dig it out. And the off speed from Hayden Hart, who grabs her 6th kill here today, helps keep the lead for Oral Roberts.
Yeah, Coach Albright talking about Hayden Hart this week just says that she just has such a great knack for her shot selection and improving on where she wants to place that, and that time showing her volleyball IQ.
Great dig by May, gives a chance for Pierce, and it's Carr keeping this rally alive for Oral Roberts. And great touch there from Lainey Smith to end the rally and put North Carolina back on the board.
Again, Lainey Smith, we showed her a little highlight reel right before this set, and she had a lot of slams in there, right? A lot of power plays, but she's a smart player as well, being able to just give what the defense is showing, and that time, the nice light tip for the score.
Clifford with the service error. Oral Roberts now up 5. They really do look like a new team here in this third set.
I mean, the biggest thing is errors. They've only had 2 so far in this set, and they picked up 20 this entire match. They've cleaned things up on their side of the net. Bobbitt,
And Pierce tries to go for the big swing, but she's met by the block of Oral Roberts once again.
Oral Roberts sliding over there just a little late, bounced off the fingertips of Helmy.
And this time it's blocked by North Carolina.
And that's the difference right there of the directions of your hands. You can have the timing right, but if your hands aren't pushing face down, you can really see it there with Thorpe too, just pushing that ball down and in.
Barron had a nice serve to get it over, but it's Oral Roberts once again with some nice touch in the middle of the court. Helmy for Oral Roberts.
That's her first kill. We haven't seen the setter get that aggressive on that second touch, but that time just taking over.
Serves it to Pierce. Back set for her once more, and that one gets down for North Carolina.
Haley Pierce, such a versatile player. The Virginia Tech transfer, and Coach Shaw mentioned it preseason. Just happy to have her on our side of the net this time instead of going up against her in action.
Pierce to serve. Zylstra places it up for Hickman, and Oral Roberts is able to cash in. They still maintain the lead here in the third set.
Golden Eagles doing a nice job of trying to read those blockers, hit around them, and keep the ball in play.
Hayden Hart to serve. To May. And Malone tries to go for the big swing. She gets it. Carr can't dig that one out.
Malone doing a nice job of being a bright spot right now. Big, powerful swing. No block there. Carr unable to dig it up. Malone now with 5 kills.
May will play it up for Thorpe, who puts it down.
I swear Thorpe should have like 10 kills, the way I feel like she celebrates, right? Just 3 kills for Thorpe, but she's done a little bit of everything, a couple blocks in there as well, and she's just a team player, getting the job done, whether that's a joust, keeping a rally alive. She brings that energy.
Here's a tremendous effort from Carr, as Oral Roberts will just get it over. Back set from Thorpe, saved by Malone. And they'll do the same, just to push it over. Barron. May sets up Thorpe. And Oral Roberts gets the point. An incredible set so far here for Oral Roberts, with holding the lead for a large part of this third set. Well, here comes Malone looking to bring North Carolina back.
A freshman not playing like it right there. Look at that vertical, look at the wind up, the follow through, a great approach, even better follow through for the kill.
Thorpe to serve. Serves it to Doobie. Baptiste right back at Thorpe.
Nadasa Baptiste showing us why she is such a crucial part of this Oral Roberts team, because she brings some pop from the middle. 3 kills now from her. They're looking for her to get more active.
Hickman with the service error. Brings North Carolina back within 2. UNC clawing their way back. Here's Bollinger to serve from Windsor, Colorado. Baptiste with the off speed. And the point will go to Oral Roberts.
Susie Zylstra, re-entering the game for Oral Roberts. Susie Zylstra now serving.
Susie Zylstra comes back into the game here for Oral Roberts. 15-2, they lead. Barrett with a high IQ play pushes that one right over for North Carolina.
Normally when you have such a poor first contact or a tough pass like that, you think the point's lost, but here it is, the experienced setter, Barrett, coming in there, making it happen.
It's been a steady piece on that back line, a huge facilitator of success for this North Carolina team. Here comes Pierce on the big swing, and Baptiste is right there to meet her on the block.
Baptiste finally on the board for a block. This is something that she did so well last year for this squad. 48 blocks last year, second on the team, as she looks to bring up that defense.
Four total kills today for Baptiste. Barrett, back set to Boyer. Oh yeah!
Such a fluid offense, and that's what you get when you have that type of chemistry. Just the slide, running around there on the backside of your setter. Beautiful timing from Boyer.
Johnson lays this one up for Salyer. Thorpe tries to go over with the off speed. And Hayden Hart unable to play it down. They are pleading that there was a touch.
You only get 2 challenges as a coach, and Coach Albright already losing 1 challenge in set 1. So it doesn't look like he'll go for it.
And it is really tough to judge. So a timeout will be taken by Oral Roberts. A lot going on in the world of college volleyball on the ACC and the SE side of things. You take a look at the showdown at the net. There is a lot to look at on this slate.
These are 2 of the biggest conferences when it comes to that power in volleyball. Obviously the Big Ten, when you have some reigning champs, you have Nebraska. But when you look at the SEC and ACC, trying to make a name for themselves a little bit more. You have the name stays in Louisville and Pitt, but Kentucky has the SEC preseason favorite. Really exciting matchups between these 2 leagues.
Well, folks, we mentioned these SEC and ACC showdowns. Gives us an opportunity to mention the matchup on Tuesday. Florida versus North Carolina on ACC Network. Certainly one you don't want to miss. You can stream it live on the ESPN app. It's 2 teams that are going to battle tough, and 2 teams that very well will be in the show come tournament time.
That's something that Coach Shaw mentioned to us. He said, you know, when I look at the top 10 teams in the nation, or top 25 teams in the nation, like a team like Florida, he's trying to compare them to them and figure out kind of where they need to improve. And that's something we mentioned before, is defensively, they want to be relentless in how they're pursuing the ball defensively, getting quality touches. And we've seen that here with the fight and the long rallies against Oral Roberts.
Carolina certainly has the pieces to perform on Tuesday in hopes that they could head out with an upset victory.
North Carolina's block never touched the ball, so Oral Roberts loses the point.
Knotted up at 16 apiece here in the 3rd set. Here comes a chance for Oral Roberts. May will bat it up. Pierce with the off speed. They'll set it up in the middle, and it just gets down for Zylstra.
Sometimes when the swing is awkward like that, it surprises not only you, but the defense, right? North Carolina unable to dig that ball up as it just kind of drops over the tape. Got a lot of these towel wipe-ups. Must be getting toasty in the gym. Got a lot of sweat, got a lot of scuffs on the floor. They want to make sure it's safe for the players.
Those guys working hard out there, making sure this floor is as dry as can be. There's the service error for Oral Roberts. Comes in.
This set, the most competitive one we've seen today, as Oral Roberts held the lead for the majority of the beginning of it, but North Carolina making a comeback.
And it's Pierce who gets the ace. North Carolina grabs the lead.
It'll be Pierce's first service ace as a Tar Heel.
Carolina back in the lead, back-to-back aces from Pierce. She's sending missiles over the net.
Again, we talked about North Carolina's ability to have aggressive serves. Last year, 2nd in the ACC at a high clip. This year, they want to bring that same aggression from the service line. Those floaters are like a curveball.
Unbelievable angle looking at that serve. And that one goes out. Oral Roberts learned from their mistakes. And now they're back within 1. Hayden Hart to serve. I've seen her hit percentage drop drastically throughout these past few games. And what a performance so far from the freshman in Bridget Malone.
Malone has come out firing. She picked up a couple errors earlier, which obviously a young player, a freshman, you're gonna have that in these high games, but she's been able to really clean up on that outside, strike through the block.
Here comes a chance that Pierce is able to dig. Malone will get it over for North Carolina. Now Doobie, back to May, back set for Thorpe. Some touch, but Carr is there. And Salyer unable to connect on that pass. And North Carolina grabs their 21st point.
Great defense. Maddie May doing an incredible job of just keeping that ball alive. Oral Roberts unable to get that set high enough from Henley to get that ball over.
May serves it to Hart. Here comes a chance for Doobie. And it does not go down the line. Out of play, North Carolina grabs another. So Oral Roberts will use their final timeout. But for North Carolina today, we talked about Bridget Malone and we mentioned Lainey Smith. Why not look at it again? She has played so well today. It deserves another look.
Well, this is what Coach Shaw wants to see, right? Playmakers making plays. Lainey Smith has been so active at the net, always ready to go, ready for an attack, whether it's a good set, a bad set, she makes it work, working off the Oral Roberts block there. She's been getting creative in her kill count and also just having so much power and pop to her approach. Really hard to shut down. 8 kills to lead the Tar Heels, 4 blocks to go with it. Hitting a 400, you gotta be happy if you're Coach Shaw.
Without a doubt, to see these younger players step up like this in a match like this with the slate that you have coming up, this is a huge confidence builder for your squad.
We talk about how deep this team is, and that competition bleeds through, right? You have competition every week during practice because everybody is just scratching and clawing to get on the court during game time. That only makes, you know, they say iron sharpens iron, right? That only makes everybody better when they're competing so hard to get on the court. And you're seeing that with the young guns coming in here. Someone like Bridget Malone, who's been able to have 7 kills, and very recent 7 kills, firing up here in the last 2 sets.
North Carolina trying to close things out here in this 3rd set. They're eyeing the sweep. They were down and out in this 3rd set, but clawed their way right back. And now they're back in the driver's seat, 22-18. Here comes the serve from May. The back set from Hickman is set up beautifully, and that one drops for Oral Roberts.
That's good coaching there when you come out of a timeout for Coach Albright to be able to run a play like that, have a nice back set for Hickman and a good strike there. Getting a kill and a side out right after your timeout is just a good regrouping, good sign for this Oral Roberts team.
Here comes the serve from Salyer. Now an opportunity for Malone down the line. Oh boy.
Talk about competition. She's trying to beat out Lainey Smith for team high kills here, tying her now with 8 with that fiery one down that back line. What a swing.
Nasty stuff from Bridget Malone. Thorpe. Here comes Hickman as she's met by Malone and Clifford. That point to North Carolina. Match point.
Hayden Hart again just trying to stay away from that big North Carolina wall. Picks up an error.
Here's Thorpe. Carr pushes it up, and that'll do it. North Carolina captures their first sweep, and their eyes shift towards Tuesday.
Second 4-0 start for this North Carolina team after starting last season in this fashion. Great signs for Coach Shaw and the depth on this North Carolina unit.
Well, North Carolina, as we said, picks up their first sweep of the season. A 4-0 start for head coach Mike Shaw as the Tar Heels win the third set 25-19. The next telecast Tuesday versus Florida, one you don't want to miss. North Carolina looks to pick up a marquee win as we step aside here on ESPN+. Have a good one, everybody.